From the forwards' perspective there, what are the main lessons to take out of that game?
Oh, look, I think from a forwards perspective, the first 40 rock solid scrums, we're competing. I think sometimes we held back a little bit rather than being aggressive and attacking them at the scrum time. Next 15 minutes, the second half, we actually did okay there too. And then just some role clarity around some of the guys who came on in the finishes. Like we had some Maul G. Maul G was stopping them dead, but we've also got a defensive system outside of that. And as soon as they bounced, one or two guys had come in when they shouldn't have, and it just opens a hole. So I think just the role clarity around what your job is on the field in that scenario, we got wrong.
Tight first half, a bit of a chess game, but neither side really able to make any headway. Second half, everyone just kind of fell away.
Well, I think in the first half we bombed a lot of opportunities. We should have had points and we didn't get them. And then the second half, I don't know whether we waited for them to play or for me, I felt like we needed to be more aggressive and keep playing, keep attacking them. But we didn't get past 1 to 2 phases, and then we'd knock the ball on first phase, or we'd drop it in contact. So you can't build pressure that way. And what we did is instead of building pressure and building phases, we just turned the pressure valve off ourselves. And then scrum, kick to the corner, maul, bounce out, try. We've got to be able to shut that down.
Is it a good or bad time to have a bye when you've got a few things to work on there?
Good question. No idea. For me, I think there's a lot that the boys need to learn from today's game. Like I say, it's just all it takes is 1 to 2 guys to get their role wrong in any defensive system and around, like for example, a maul, and they bounce and get a try on you. So we've got to fix those things.
Is it one to put to bed and move on? Because halfway through the season, win 5, draw 1, it's not the end of the world.
Oh, I wouldn't put it to bed. Like I said, I think our team and the boys, and we need to go through every individual and go, right, what can we do better? Because you can't afford to play like that and let a team play like that. You can't give them too much respect. We gave them too much respect. We let them play in that last 25, 30 minutes, and we gave them too much ball. You do that to any team and they'll beat you. It doesn't matter who they are.
Darryl was going to say he wasn't sure how much it told about where you guys sit in the competition. What's your kind of view on that?
Look, I agree with Gibbo. For me, we've got to take every week as it comes. For example, if we'd played like that against any team, I reckon we probably would have been in trouble. First half was good, but all the opportunities we had, we sunk them. So, that's where you get yourselves in trouble.
The physicality of their forwards, every team will now look to that as a platform. This is a real test for your forwards.
Yeah, to be honest, were they physical? Gain line wise, I reckon we probably controlled it in the contact zone. Like I say, it's really around doing your role, and I think probably 1 or 2 guys got their role wrong. All of a sudden, you open up a hole for yourselves. I think in terms of maul and scrum time, we were pretty strong for most of it, and then all it takes is, like I say, one guy not to do their role, and then all of a sudden they open us. So we've got to fix those because that's where teams will come at us.
Do you have any other adjustments to make specifically when you face a block of teams from one country like you do with the New Zealand teams after the bye?
Well, we're going to focus on what we do first, because what we do, we didn't do well tonight. That'd be my suggestion. So, for example, holding position and building pressure. So, Kiwi teams, South African teams, if you don't hold the ball and build pressure, they'll transition fast and shift it on you. So, we can't give away that much ball.
First time this year, team was a little bit leggy. Second half, was that fair?
Yeah, look, I don't feel like we were sitting first. I don't feel like we were getting our spots first. And we want to be able to speed the game up, not slow it down, especially against bigger teams. So, that's an area we've got to look at and ask ourselves why we weren't sitting first, why we weren't quicker.